There he is, Danger Mouse himself. If you think the front of the shirt's good, wait until you see the back. More like a Danger Rat, but one thing not in doubt as to what mammal is on the back of Liam's shirt. One thing that's not in doubt is his break, which continues to be just absolutely awesome. For a small man, he gets an unbelievable amount of power through.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just shows you that the stature doesn't really mean too much. You could be the biggest guy out there and not be able to get that contact and strike and deliver it. And obviously Liam proves that what you can do. This actually feels very similar to the chance that Shaun had in the first match tonight. It's a tough layout. It's in my opinion, maybe a touch easier than Shaun's, but far from easy. And it's a layout that you've got to take on. So Liam's just going to have to go and put up a finish here, and he's gone a little bit short straight away.
Yeah, it's definitely gettable, but it's a tester.
You want to be on the gap underneath his arm once the other reds are out the way. Oh, that was missed. That's the problem. If you come down the table a few more rolls, you can play that one in there with a little bit more confidence. 2 on the left-hand side, get the gap, get yourself out. So the chance gets away early. The only thing you will say with Shaun, he missed late on, and he just made the table nice and easy and allowed Chris to get his Q arm going in that first frame. Jimmy's still got a very tough layout here on yellows, because if you're going to miss, you might as well miss early.
I completely agree. Yeah, it sounds almost alien to maybe the super casual players. You want to pot balls and all the rest of it, but sometimes there's a little bit of interest to be gained in not potting. Not potting is not something that Jimmy Croxton does a lot of usually. He's a fabulous potter, but doesn't make that one. And Liam's going to get another go at these reds.
There's many missed pots in this match already than we saw in the whole of the last match. Second opportunity this is immediately for Liam.
It's a lovely shot there. Got himself on his hardest ball.
Yeah, I thought he might leave this for his penultimate ball. The gap is bigger than it looks. Take the 2 up the table. If he takes the one nearest the cushion, uses the yellow, gets straight in on the other red, he's perfect. But I can understand why he wants to get this one out the right way, because it is tricky to get good on.
Or you can be good on it, but you can't use that much of the rail. The pockets play generously, we know that, but that is absolutely not what Liam White wanted. Keyboard's been cleaned by Rich Tesgill. That comes out of the player's shot clock, which doesn't stop for the cue ball being cleaned.
Chance is a little bit easier, but far from easy for Jimmy now that red's been moved off the left-hand side, because that yellow will pass to the bottom left-hand corner, I believe, past the red. Doesn't make that an easy ball. But before he already had no real chance, but there's definitely a chance now.
Yeah, that's a nice shot. It felt like he needed to bump one of them out. I don't think he will for the other, but it definitely helps not having to fully go sort of coast to coast, if you like, with balls trapped on rails. These two now kind of link up nicely. Oh, he didn't want to bump into it again, surely. Yeah, sarcastic tap of the table. You can see why. That's well, he's played 2 shots and he's basically made the situation that he develops exactly the same as it was before.
Yeah, and it's tough now. That difference is obviously the one on the left-hand side was always going to be a problem, but now you've created another big problem out there, and you've only got a couple of balls to play with at the top. So all of a sudden, it's gone from looking like he was going to get there to actually being odds against. Definitely now. Edgy start from both here.
Yeah, definitely. No question.
We're going to see a safety shot from Jimmy Croxton. That does not happen very often. It's not the best of safety shots. He needed that yellow to get over the pocket. Okay, it's not dead, but if it's over the pocket, it's a connector, and it puts more pressure onto Liam. Liam's got safety options down the table now.
Do you think he was trying to play the yellow into the yellow almost to develop it?
if he did, it wasn't enough pace. And he left the red at the bottom of the table on to make things even worse.
Yeah, that he definitely wanted to cover. A little bit heavy from Liam White. It is definitely an edgy start, that's for sure. Whoever wins this first frame will feel a whole lot better about it. Yeah, the winner of this, winner of this first frame is big.
I don't think he can avoid the flick on the red, so he's going to pop this one, get the half ball cannon on the next red, unless he can screw past it, but I don't think he can. He gets a little bit fuller, controls that well.
Yeah, that was played very deliberately. Has to settle for off the rail though, can't really do a huge amount with the cue ball here. It will be a tester of an 8-ball.
Especially considering the way the frame's gone. It's one he should get. He's meant to get it. He's a professional pool player, but this is pressure.
Never in doubt. Danger Mouse on the boards in the Champions League, and he'll feel a whole lot better about that. That old adage of you never settle until you get your first frame won. I don't think Jimmy will be feeling particularly settled at all, given how that frame went.
No, what he's got to sit there and say to himself is, that was a tough layout, I didn't get it. It was on Liam's break, we move on. You know, it's Jimmy's break now, put a good break up, break clearance, and it's a whole new game out there. You kind of got to really spin that positive.
Trailing 1 frame to now.
As Jimmy said himself, his attitude is top notch, that's all part of it.
Break is always a big story with Jimmy Croxton. Can be very hot and cold, but very good here.
Yeah, that's hot, that's without question.
Did the red just get in the way to make the red top right? I was thinking reds were going to be drop-ins here, but I think it'll be yellows now.
Yeah, I think it has to be. The red top right's
it's
a
dead,
real
isn't
problem.
it? Yeah, but that red's gone awkward in the top right, just to make those top 3 yellows a little tricky.
Yeah, top right as we look from this camera.
There's a nice little pattern though. That's why he's coming down the table. So the obvious starter is the yellow past the 8-ball top right. But the problem with that is it doesn't connect very well to the next ball. If he comes down the table and he's actually played a slightly poor shot there, if he gets straight in on the yellow to bottom right, straight in, gets him straight in right centre, gets him straight in right top right corner, everything's straight lines, and it's really kind of just, when you're Jimmy Croxton, you do the way he does, he's not going to make a mistake if he'd landed straight here. Now he's got a slight problem to control this cue ball.
Issues abound for the Joker.
Yeah, the difference a ball makes, it really is. If he lands straight, he's out. I promise you, because he'd be where he is now, but with no other, only the 2 yellows at the top left on the table. Well, he's not going to fail from there. So he still should get out. Don't get me wrong. He's just going to be working a little bit harder in a couple of shots' time.
This is exactly what you talked about in almost the preamble to this match about Jimmy, where said sometimes when he's maybe not at his best, he works harder than maybe he sometimes needs to. That's the side that we didn't really see too much a couple of weekends ago in Daventry at the British Open.
Yeah, he's trying to avoid that yellow, wanted to come down for right centre here. The 8-ball passes the reds to left centre, so this is nice, because you're just dropping in to drop in. The one thing I think, talking about Jimmy and his pattern play, I think he identified the pattern really quickly, just executed the shot slightly off.
That's a lovely shot.
He's recovered the situation here brilliantly, hasn't he? It's been very, very good, this. You can't always land perfect, and you're going to have to adapt, and he's done that so well.
Yeah, an excellent recovery from Jimmy Croxton. good visit to the table, and he ties things up at 1-1. Rich Tasgale with a smile out there. He's the only Stokey in the arena right now who's smiling. These two are very much game face on.
Who's feeling better right now, 10 minutes into the match?
Orridge.
Yeah, good point. The reason I say that, obviously, Liam's won a frame on his own break, and so's Jimmy, but Liam needed, what, 3-4 chances? Whereas Jimmy's dealt with that mistakes of the first frame and then put together a break clearance. I would argue right now Jimmy feels that slightly bit better about his game because of the finish he's just taken out.
Liam White's break.
Often such things are fragile in this sport though. Liam White flushes this break, which he has, and makes a ball, which he has, and has a nice layout, which he has. He could well be feeling pretty good about himself.
No, this was as good as it gets, isn't it? This is very nice. And
that is a picture perfect break.
Yeah, straight down the middle of the cue ball, great split, good power, didn't overhit it. You know, the only thing is, so going top corner here, was he playing left centre? May have just come back further than he was planning, because I was thinking if he gets the other side of the red, straight in left centre, one top left, it's half a positional shot to get nicely on the ones in the middle of the table. But see which way he goes about this. Not entirely sure this is where he was playing for.
Not a bad gap to find though. We'll take that, we'll take this.
Yeah, interesting decisions here. Do you leave the yellow top left now as your last ball to connect to the 8 ball? There's certainly a temptation for it for me. The reason being that if you played right centre now or go top left, you could go. I suppose you could go top left now and then drop in left centre, and actually that's perfect, isn't it? That's the better way. Yeah, he saw it a lot quicker than I did. Yeah, really nice route this. Still not entirely sure that's where he's trying to get to after the first shot, but that second shot was perfection. Oh, Liam. Liam, you're out. You were done. Oh, that's a big error.
Statue.
I don't know whether that's a slight... Did he just decel on that one? I mean, I'm sure we'll get to see that again in a second, but the cue ball's just finished a little bit weird as well. He's drifted down the table a roll further than he wanted, maybe missed it on the thin side. Well, he definitely missed it on the thin side. And that's obviously let the cue ball drift a roll too far down. But yeah, that's some mistakes are worth a lot more, aren't they? And that was a big one. Because for me, he'd done all the work. He was out.
Yeah, and it wasn't exactly. There was a bit of work to do in that frame, but this didn't seem like it.
Yeah, if he makes the centre pocket, the cue ball doesn't come down as far, then he's straight in to get straight in to get straight in. So, yeah, just a very, I think a slight deceleration, maybe just trying to nip it because he really wanted to hold the white, but mistimed it. Could have done with an extra couple of rolls there at first glance, because he'd love to have got to the cushion and then you're just dropping it in and use the top cushion so you're coming down the right hand side of the table. If he takes the straighter one of the two now, the cue ball's going towards the left hand side. Those yellows are in play. Has he got just enough to really force it out? I don't think he has. So he is going to back himself to go through the yellows.
Just got to find a line here.
Yeah, I think you get into it here. I mean, he's looking for that line where the perfection, but I would be tempted to get into it a little bit more and almost play to get the cue ball above the right centre pocket.
Let's see where he's cueing it. Pretty middle of the road.
Yeah, he's going for the perfect line.
Brave.
Yeah, that is the perfect line, and that's why I was saying if you get a little bit deeper into that one, then you're guaranteeing yourself a shot at the 8 ball. But he backed himself to get perfect, and he did. That was a lovely shot.
In flies the 8 ball. 2-1 leads to Joker. That noise you just heard there a moment ago is the signalling of the 15-second shot clock. We didn't see it in the first match. It will have a big say in our second as Jimmy Croxton leads into the 15-second shot clock zone. Penny for the thoughts of the Danger Mouse, who absolutely should be 2-1 in front.
Yeah, he played such a beautiful shot to hit a gap, come down the table, and then landed just absolutely perfect. And then he just figured out the route. Just missed one. It happens. Unfortunately, it's a big, big error.
Frame 4. Jimmy Croxton to break. Leading 2 frames to 1.
Belting break.
Try. Oh, it's not. The teapot worked. Not a good layout though. That top right hand corner is a problem. 8 ball and the red and the yellow below the 8 ball a problem. This is where Jimmy wants to really show the situation. Match play here. You want in front with 4 and change to play. Just don't take anything on. If you take on a finish here, your odds against, and you're going to be 2-2 in a heartbeat. For me, you've got. I'm all for taking your colour set there, but if you're going to take your colour set and play safe, I personally probably wouldn't take your colour set there. I'd try and make a mess of it even more. Try and force Liam into taking on a crazy low percentage finish. Okay, he is pulling back, which is good. For a moment, I was slightly worried that Jimmy was in mode I can clear up from anywhere. Jimmy. The red, I don't believe the red passes the red and yellow together to top right, so that whole area is just a mess for him.
Yeah, that's the key part of the frame now for Liam. And Jimmy is being extra defensive. Taking pockets feels like we're going old school in a way.
Yeah, Liam can play a double loss of turn here, speed the frame up. Beautiful shot.
That's the danger of taking pockets in this rule set. All of a sudden, Jimmy Croxton has not got many chips with which left to play.
I think you still stay the course though. The chance for Liam to win at the top with the balls the way they are at the top of the table, so low. Yeah,
Trying to make it even worse.
Yeah, stick another one in the mix, make it horrible. And he might, that ball might even mean that he could play a plant to the top right corner actually. Okay, he's in trouble, but you know, if he doesn't get out the snooker, you're giving Liam a half chance to clear up. So it's important to hit here, because he'd have ball in hand, he'd be able to give himself the angle to open up the top right hand corner.
Very good hit. It's also developed a problem ball, but
he's left Liam the angle anyway.
Is he not taking it?
Bright centre, go into it. I know it's low percentage, but there's only 2 minutes left. Will he get a better chance? I suppose he's trying to get back for a better angle and he's not quite got there.
I think he's playing the red off the red,
yeah.
Or maybe the yellow.
Yeah, he must be. Didn't think that was on with it being so far into the middle of the table, but he must be playing it because there's no way he's going to be that far short. Develop the 8 ball at the same time. Potentially.
Extension.
No. I think you've got to play it, Liam.
144 left and ticking.
Beautiful, and he has developed the 8 ball just a touch. He was trying to open it up, and that was a beautiful shot from him.
Yeah, that's where you want to take your extension, get everything right, all your ducks in a row, and now Liam White can zip around this finish and seal the deal.
Interesting decision on how to get on the 8 ball here. Double maybe. Yeah, because he comes bottom left now. Top right guarantees yourself landing plumb on the double. This has been brilliant. This is best visit at the table on the night for me so far.
So far. Still needs to finish it. Liam's break next too. Nails the double. Danger Mouse with a pretty dangerous clearance there. That was clutch.
That was a brilliant finish to the table. And also what I like about that, he breaks next, and he could have run an extra 10 seconds off the clock to really limit the chances of a reverse clearance or anything else, and basically say, I'm going to get a golden break or I'm going to get the draw. But actually, he has done that quickly enough that he's got an outside chance of enough time for a break clearance here. 39 seconds.
Well, Liam White is one of our ultimate pool record holders. He is the owner of the quickest reverse clearance. Phil Harrison at the Pro Cup in late 2021. Oh, what a break to find.
Oh no. Oh, that's so sick. And this is on for Jimmy. This is very much on for Jimmy Croxton. They are all there, and there can be some stop shots here.
Close to nicking Liam White's reverse clearance record too.
He just left a high angle, so he's coming down the table. Oh, Jimmy.
Oh, what a chance for Jimmy Croxton to steal it. But they're going to shake hands. The match is over. And there's, in the end, nothing to separate these two great friends and indeed great players. It started off very, very slowly, but we did get to see their best at some point during that match. Some really good play in there from both players. It ends all square as the Champions League continues.
Obviously, I've tried to leave it.